Hello everyone, this is going to be a flash tutorial for shape tweens and what you can do if your shape tweens screw up, which is using shape hints. Now first, using Flash Professional 8 or just because my shape hints aren't working in CS5 right now, and I have to get that updated. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use Professional 8 because older users who don't have Flash CS5 can keep up with this too. The principles are the exact same. The methods are the exact same as in CS5. So it doesn't really matter what program I use. So I'm going to start off right now by making a quick shape, a rectangle up in the corner here. It's just for the basics of shape tweens. And you're going to want to put that rectangle on the very first keyframe in your timeline, your first layer. And then you're going to want to select a destination over here, frame 60, insert keyframe. And then you're going to want to delete that shape, which goes against what you'd think for motion tweens, because normally if you deleted that shape, the tween would be inconsistent, it wouldn't work. But right now, you're going to want to select keyframe 60, and then your circle tool or whatever shape pleases you, and then you're going to want to make that shape in another area of the stage. So there we go. Now we've got on this corner we've got a square, and then we've got a circle. And then you're going to want to right click in that or on either the first keyframe or anywhere on the timeline other than the 60th frame, and then you're going to want to go into your properties. Just a sec, yeah. And then you're going to want to select your tween here. It's the tween drop down menu. There's motion and shape tweens. And we're obviously going to want to click shape. So now you can see that this timeline here is there's another arrow just like it would for motion tweens. But now the section is a greenish color instead of blue, which indicates that it's a shape tween and not a motion tween. This is very handy if you have a lot of different layers, and the tweens act a lot differently, so it's just easy to pick out. So now you've got this flowing movement of a square or a rectangle morphing into a circle on the other side of the screen. So that's the basics of shape tweening. You can apply that to basically anything that you want to change from its original shape, that you don't want to have like a really blocky movement. You can also, if you're creating your own text in Flash, you can draw things out. Say you had you wanted to draw your name, so you draw your name here, and then you wanted it to scroll into another text, but you didn't want it to just, you know, go from here saying Jason or whatever name you want, and then it's gonna like just pop up over here someone else's name. You can morph it just like we did here, and it's just a really cool effect. Now there's another issue with shape tweening, that the shape tweens aren't completely flawed or aren't completely perfect if you're not using full shapes. So say I deleted the inner part of this, or the fill of this circle here. Now watch what happens when we play back this shape tween. See, now you've got kind of just a disappearance of the fill right at the very beginning there. Now for an even better example, you could just delete some of this, some of that stroke there. Then if you play it back, now it's just going to be really wonky, and it's going to go flip over itself. Actually, that looks kind of cool. But if you don't want this to happen, there's a certain way to do that. It's called shape hints, and I'll be covering that in this video. Okay, so we've got this stick man here instead of square to a circle for the matter of interest. This stick man here is going to be doing a punching motion, and I'm going to be showing you how to complete this animation by using shape hints and shape tweens, combine them together. And so I've got the three positions here. Got him standing there, and then he's winding up, and he's using this as his punching arm here, and then we've got him punching, following through with his arm here. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to highlight all of those first keyframes there. You got 4 layers here. Go down to your properties, select shape tween again. Then you're going to want to play that back, and you're going to see how the arms go all wonky there. They're going to flip over each other and not look realistic whatsoever. Not going to stay attached to the body. And this is because Flash doesn't know which end of the shape you want to end up at this instance right here, attached to the head. So it's going to flip the arms around, or the ligaments around. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to Control-Shift-H, which is the hotkey for shape hints, and you're going to want to have the shape tweened already, and you press Control-Shift-H. Is going to create this little red A in the center here, and that is a shape hint itself, and it's going to snap to the stroke or the edge of a ligament, or say whatever. It'll snap to the end of this this shape right here. So if you put it on the very end point right there, very end snap point of the stroke, and then you create another one, Control-Shift-H again, it's going to make a B. And it'll go from A to Z, so you can have 26 different shape hints on one object. For this video, we're only going to have 2. And so if you play that back, that's not going to have done anything. So what you're going to want to do is go to the receiving of the destination keyframe, where you want the shape that you're tweening to end up. You're going to want to take these stacked, they're going to end up stacked right in the middle of the shape, but if you click and drag them to the very end, the B turns green, and then the A turns green. You're going to want to make them corresponding to the way that you had them on this. So the B's at the very end of the arm, and the A's at the start. So you've got the A at the very beginning, the B is at the end, and it's turned green. That means it's snapped to the corresponding point that it was at the very beginning here. So then you're going to want to do the exact same thing again, just to go into the next stage of the arm. And now you're going to see that that arm goes up to its second position very fluently. So now you're going to want to Control-Shift-H again and Control-Shift-H again to create 2 different shape hints. Drag the B to the end, the A to the beginning point. And you're going to want to go to the next stage, and you're going to want to move that B to the end again and the A to the beginning point of that arm. And now that's a finished motion. It'll go up and over without looping itself over itself. So now you can do the exact same thing on the next arm. Control-Shift-H again by select on this layer, the second arm here. Control-Shift-H, Control-Shift-H again, and you got 2 shape hints. Do the exact same over again. Wash, rinse, repeat. It gets pretty repetitive, but at the very end, the product is well worth it. And if you get into the swing of things, it'll go by really quickly. So shape that again. Control-Shift-H, H, B there, A there, same thing. And then put it to your endpoints, and there you go. Now you've got the arms. If we play this back, they're going up and following through to their endpoints, or the end positions. So now what you're going to want to do is finish all the animations up here. Now you've got the guy going fluently from a beginner stage to a winding up stage to actually falling through this punch. And that is how you use shape hints to animate a stick figure. You can do this for running scenes, what have you. And you can also do a cool thing that I noticed. You can make a lava lamp just for an ambient effect. You can put blobs inside of it, the blobs inside the lava lamp. You can morph them really easy using shape hints and shape tweens. But that's just the basics of how to use them to animate a stick figure with them. You can use them on the squares, and as in the same instance as before. But that's a brief way on how to use shape hints and shape tweens. So if you liked this video, if you thought it was very informative, like it, subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys.